Good morning, happy Friday, and happy New Year. I'm Sunitha at NOFO Style, and every Friday, me and my two co-hosts, Tracy from Miss Tracy Kessler and Kelly from NOFO Endless Summer, we hop on every Friday for 30 minutes and chat about everything North Fork. We are super excited to start a new year and a new season of the show. I mean, we don't know what else to call it other than a show, even though it's such a casual chat that we enjoy having with each other. We started it in 2021, and here we are at 2023, and it's just unbelievable how much time has gone by, and we've had so many different guests on the show and learned so much about the North Fork. And it's always evolving and changing, so I think there's so much more. We're looking forward to all the guests that we have lined up for this year. But this show today, we don't have a guest. It's going to be the three of us. We were supposed to have this show last week, but we couldn't because Tracy had COVID, so we had to cancel. But we're hoping to catch up today and start the new year. One of the things we wanted to talk about and discuss, I don't know if everybody here either does a vision board or does the word of the year. And for the last few years, we've been doing a word of the year. So I'm looking forward to having my co-hosts hop on and talk about their word of the year. Because I love doing a vision board and I think it's great. But the word of the year is something such a great way to focus and bring your energy back to the things that you want to be focusing on. Good morning, Tracy. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little slow this morning. I don't know if it's because it's the gray weather or just the start of the new year. You would think I would be inspired and ready to go, but I'm definitely having a mellow morning.
Well, we are still COVID affected over here. We're going into day 12. We're no longer contagious, but I'm still feeling a lot of symptoms. In fact, I have what's called COVID rebound, where you feel great. Like I had 3 days where I felt like, oh my God, I'm done, I'm over it. And then all of a sudden, boom, downward spiral. So
I think in the beginning, we really focused on that it takes a long time to recover and you need time to heal. And now because that but that danger of, oh my God, this is, a death sentence is gone. We feel like, okay, I can handle this. But the reality is your body does need time to recover.
Yeah.
So it might take the full 2 weeks. I mean, maybe it wasn't 14 days to stay home to not catch it. It was 14 days to stay home to recover.
Exactly. So I'm hoping that 2 more days and I'll start to feel better, but who knows? I don't know.
Well, as long as you rest and give your body the energy to heal instead of doing things in those 2 days.
Well, the irony is that because we're not feeling well, my help can't be here. So I don't have my babysitter or my assistant. So I'm momming solo, which is kind of contradictory to getting rest. But yeah, I'm trying. I did sleep when I napped when she napped, finally. So I got about 3 hours of sleep in the middle of the day yesterday, which was key.
Well, the longer you do this mommy thing, the more ways you'll find of how to make it, because it is a marathon. It is a long sprint. Well, so you're going to have to find.
Speaking of that, normally my babysitter is here when we do the show. So Tilly is in the other room. She is learning the alphabet and her colors from Simple Songs on YouTube. She's got a bottle, she's got Cheerios and a mum, and I'm hoping we can make it the full 30 minutes, but we'll see.
If you don't, then she'll just join the show. I mean, that's one of the great things about our casual. That's why it's so weird to call it a show, right? Because in my mind, morning, Kelly, the show just seems like a professional production and execution of a chat, and this is not it.
Wait, Kelly, why do you look so pretty? What's
so
going on here?
I could not find my tripod anywhere, which is why I'm late today, because it's been a while since we've done this. And I have this other tripod that's more work to set up, but it has a ring light. So that's why I actually like a
I thought about getting my ring light out.
I normally don't use this one, which is probably why you're like, oh, we can see you today.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. minute. Maybe the
We need
NOFO Live Show does
that
need
better
to step
production
up
value.
and have a ring light for the co-host.
Listen, you're lucky that I get on
God.
every Friday morning, okay? I change my spot all the time. I actually had a pretty good
I
spot
thought
going,
your
but now
spot was
without the
the
babysitter,
coffee
I have to come
machine.
back down to the kitchen.
That was it, right? Okay.
Well, it is right now. But then once I started having the babysitter come earlier once Tilly got too fussy to be on the show. And then I created a spot up in my attic, which is like my bonus room and also where I work out. And there's like some nice pictures that I took and friends took of the beach. And that's been my spot for the last couple weeks. But I don't feel comfortable being upstairs if Tilly's downstairs entertaining herself.
Okay.
So I'm in the kitchen again. I brought a prop. I don't know if you can read my prop. Can you read my prop? It says kindness is always beautiful, but it's backwards, right? Can you read it or no?
It's backwards. Well, let's see. My prop. Can you read my NOFO
style is backwards too, but I guess
it's backwards. That's what yours looks
in
like.
my house, so I literally have not a single piece of like hanging decor. I have all windows. There is no space.
Well, so I guess if we want these things to be relevant on Instagram, we have to get them right in backwards.
Okay, hold on. I'm all for Instagram, but I'm really not that deep into the rabbit hole that my prompts are now going to be mirrored. I mean,
well, we'll have to see. Maybe 2024 we have to go there. But
oh my God, Sunita, you're the one who just said we need to step up our production value.
Exactly.
We do. But let's start with a ring light. Let's go there. Just so so this looks a little bit more today, because it's, again, like you were talking about, you have windows. I have a lot of windows in my office, but I'm facing them, so the light is coming that way. But when it's bright and sunny, the room is lit up. Now I've lit up every light in this room, and it just has these weird shadows, but
we made it back.
We're here. Welcome. We're
here
happy. It's a fresh start, fresh new year. Tracy, are you frozen? No, right?
I'm here. I'm trying to answer a text message to my mom.
Fine. I just thought we always have tech issues, so I'm anticipating them, and I'm like, oh my God, she froze.
I just figured out that I could answer the text message on my watch to my mom who's bringing me medicine.
Oh my God, we're too funny. All right, let's kick off the 2023. I'm excited. I want to hear everybody's word of the year. Who wants to go first? Or even talk about what it is and why. Talk about what it is and why we came up with it, or why we come up with it.
I will. So, I've been doing a word of the year for a couple of years now, because I personally find that New Year's resolutions are like, oh yeah, I'm gung-ho in January, and then I just forget about it. And in fact, the first year that I did a word of the year, the word was grace, because I realized that a lot of these goals, personal goals that I have for myself, personal and professional, take time. And I needed to have grace for myself that I was going to start and then maybe have 2 steps back and then a couple steps forward and 2 steps back. And that like this intensity of I must get to my goal within the first 3 months of the year is just unrealistic for everybody. So that was my first word of the year. But so this year, my word of the year is balance. And the reason I chose that, I went back and forth, and I had a couple of variations of basically the same concept. At first it was like reset, but I decided on balance because, since Tilly came around, which we're coming up on 1 year next week, I've been in survival mode. And I'm just gonna do this because I've survived quite well.
Good for you.
But I have been in survival mode. In terms of business, I've taken every single job that passed my desk because the fear of financial insecurity, being the only breadwinner in the family and also the caretaker and everything. It's just been like, I kind of picture like this, like miser, like I need all the money, because I'm scared that, we're going to hit a point where a client's going to go away and then I'm not going to have that income. So I think that what I've learned though, is that I'm working so much that, for the month of September, to be honest with you, I barely saw Tilly. I had 3 babysitters here a day. I had one that came at 8, one that came at 12:30, and then one that came at 5:30. And that was the entire month of September, so that I could make money to pay for our life. But that doesn't really make any sense because I'm not living our life. and I wasn't spending time with her, and I was very sad. And actually, there was a consequence. She stopped wanting my breast milk. She stopped breastfeeding because I wasn't around. I wasn't able to pump as much as I wanted. So there was a repercussion, although not, you know, life ending, but it was sad for me. And I realized that that was why, because I wasn't prioritizing her. And, you know, she was being well taken care of by our caretakers, but that's not the life I want to live, right? That's not why I had a baby. That's not why I'm working so hard. And I'm not sure, frankly, what the answer is. My fear of financial security is not gone. It is still very much there, but I know that I don't want to work this hard and then not enjoy the life we have, especially at this age when things are moving so fast and she's growing and changing, and I want to be there for it. I want to go back to, you know, people who follow me know I've started working out again, which is one layer of adding the balance back in. I want to start going to bed earlier and getting up earlier. I want to meditate. I haven't been meditating. I have to be honest, I haven't been going to AA meetings as much as I used to. You know, all of those things, I'm such a proponent of you must fill your own cup before you can fill others, but I'm not living it right now. I'm telling on myself, I am not living it right now. So I know that to be the best version of myself, that's the way I have to live. I have to take care of myself so that I can take care of Tilly, so that I can be a good event producer, so that I can be there for my friends and my family. And so my intention for this year is to find that balance wherever it may be, and it might change. Like I said, I might think it's here and then I might need to adjust, but to find that balance to feel financially secure, but also enjoy the life that I'm working for and the people in it.
When you talk about balance, it's such like an all-encompassing word, because we all deal with so much like on a daily basis. So balance is something that you can never truly say like, oh, I have it all worked out, I have it all figured out, because there's always going to be something that comes in and like throws your rhythm off or throws you off. And it's all about handling that. I think balance is all about handling that with grace, and like you said, handling that in a way that's a healthy way, rather than throwing yourself totally into one direction or the other. So I think balance is such a great word.
Yeah. But and as your friend Tracy, I want to not to add another layer to your imbalance. I loved how you articulated your feelings about feeling like you want to be more present as a mother to your daughter, but I also have noticed that you are doing less for yourself. I mean, the fact that you said you're not going to AA as much, I was pretty startled with, because and not that I know everything about you, but I know that that's someplace you draw a lot of strength and you go. But even because you and I are leading such different lives, that I can, at a drop of a hat, go have lunch with somebody, you know. I know it's challenging to say, okay, Tracy, come to lunch with me, because you're so busy working, and out of all that free time, then you're giving it all to Tilly. So I guess I would add into the balance the word Tracy as well, because where is Tracy going to have some fun, and where is Tracy going to be a non-mom entity where you're living and loving the life you're creating?
Yes.
You're working hard for it, you know?
Well, I will tell you that I am looking into joining a gym, because mostly I work out at home, as you guys know. But I am going to join a gym because I want to go to spin classes. I find, to me, that's like going out dancing. That's the 47-year-old
Tracy, before you join a gym, can I pipe in? So in the spring, I think it's April, a spin studio is opening in Cutchogue. It's called Ride and Vines. And so I don't know if you want to like Vineyards, hold off on the whole gym if you're just joining for spin, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard.
I don't know exactly where it is, but
right?
I think it's spring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it is.
Wait, it's at a vineyard?
Yeah, you know where it is, Sunita? Where I had my first farm to table dinner. It's the same barn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ride and
Vine. What was the name going to be, Kelly?
Yeah.
Ride and Vines. Interesting. Very interesting concept. I guess I wouldn't have put the two together.
Yeah, it looks very cool. They had a couple of classes just last month to like test it out, I think.
So it's a view of the vineyard. You're there, and you feel like you're in the midst of a vineyard. Oh, awesome! I mean, I'm not a fan of spinning. Zumba is more my speed. But you know, because spinning is work.
How do you sit on
Well, you're right. And you know what it is? I don't like spinning either, but the music and the intensity of the music is really just like going out dancing. So for me, if all I do is like pedal and do this and sing along to the songs, like that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. And you reminded me, I have been going to Zumba on Fridays at the library. Now that's senior gold Zumba, but that's fine. It's free, and my babysitter brings Tilly, and we all go together, and they go to story time, and I go to Zumba.
Any kind of
all get something.
is still movement.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like yoga, Zumba, like yoga is a personal journey. I mean, who cares if it's a senior class? You dance at the level that you want to and the energy you want to put in that day. Yes. Some days, I haven't done Zumba in a long time. I'm not acting like I'm going to Zumba every week. But when I used to go, someday I show up and I'm like, I don't really feel like it. Other days, depending on the song that comes on, I'm like, let's go, you know?
I know. Somebody, I don't know, Repetron said we need an Orange Theory. You know what we also need?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Orange Theory is a type of gym that specifically what you do there is gets you into the orange zone.
Patrice, wait, before you tell me,
maybe we could do that as a NOFO Live event. The Zumba at the Presbyterian Church.
Okay, back to Orange Theory. What is it?
So Orange Theory is it gets your heart rate into the orange zone, which is the fat burning zone. I don't know exactly what the workout is, but there's a gym called Orange Theory, and it's a chain.
Do it with a group.
Yeah.
It's like Soul Cycle, whatever
love it.
It's a cult. Like people love it, kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah. Well, speaking of workout cults, I really want to bring a Pure Barre to our area. And I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm working on it. I'm working on getting one pop up for the season, so we'll see.
A lot of exciting. Actually, I mean, I don't want to be this person who like pushes fitness, but there's a lot of fitness opportunities on the North Fork. And like recently, I've been approached by like a few, which like I don't know how I feel about like, hey guys, I'm at the gym, but yeah. So if you have
Wait a minute. Why do you say pushing fitness? What I see when someone posts at the gym, it's a little bit of an inspiration to me. Going, shit, is that what? Sorry, is that what I want to be doing?
Want people to look up to me as like a fitness like person. So I would never want people to be like, oh, like Kelly's at the gym.
But that's Kelly. That's the wrong attitude. They're looking. It's just like AA. It's what you do every day for your body. So it's just about showing up.
You could show up with me in my living room on my Amazon exercise bike, but I'm not going to a gym.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about being an influencer, right? You can't. No, hold on. Not that you're an influencer. Hold on. Let me try to figure out my thought. You can't tell who is going to be influenced by you and what. Like recently, honestly, I was thinking about a post or thinking about putting a message out there because I'm not an influencer. I think I'm an influencee. I get easily influenced, or I am interested in what people are doing, right? Like my friend Stacy, she runs a Kitchen of Youth account, and she posts recipes, and every time she posts a recipe or something, I'm easily influenced by it. I want to go try it. I want to go look at it. You know, so I feel like you can't really stop people from choosing to admire what you're doing. Yeah. So I feel like I'm just going to live my life. And if I feel like sharing it, I'm going to share it. But not in a form that says, you know, there are people that say, hey, look, I'm at the gym building my muscles, but then I just scroll because that's not my
McCabe just mentioned Stroller Strong Mamas. I had put them in like my newsletter this past month as like a fitness option. I've posted about them a few times. They do like fitness classes where moms get all together with their kids and like incorporate their kids into the workout.
Which I have been
I'm influenced by the way. I don't
just
have
push the stroller.
I have been wanting to do Stroller Strong Mom since before I got pregnant. Like before I got pregnant, I was like, that is my goal. I cannot wait. But unfortunately, they meet during a time that it's like more stay-at-home moms. It's not people who are working. Like I need one at 7 a.m. and they're like 10 on Mondays, or you know. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to join. But I'm down. If they want to do one on the weekends, because
I remember I put them in the weekend plans a few times. So we'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. I'm definitely down for doing that come spring if it fits my schedule.
Patrice, definitely, still talking about this. Send me a DM or I'll message you after the show because I really want to know. 5 o'clock sounds
Monday
perfect for me.
5? Oh, I can't do Monday.
I don't know what day it is, but it's in Southold, so it's
Mondays at 5. She said.
Sure.
Kelly, do you want to go?
So I was talking to Sunita and Tracy last night, telling them that I didn't have a word still. I went back and forth a lot about what word I was going to choose. And the word that I ended up choosing for this year is cherish. So one of the things that I want to take the time to do this year is to cherish the people, the things, and the time that I have. Like cherish the people who make me feel good, who make me feel my best, and take the time to plan things with them. And because I feel like with me, like I get so busy and then I'll realize like, oh, I haven't even texted my best friend in 2 months, you know, and like taking the time to cherish and nourish those relationships, I think is so important for us as people, because those are the people who fill us up and who make us the best versions of ourselves. So if we don't cherish those relationships, and then there's like kind of a twofold to this, cherish the time that we have here. Like your time is so valuable, so don't undervalue your time by saying yes to everything, or say, you know, like just trying to spread yourself too thin. So like cherish the time that you have. And then the other thing is to cherish the things that we love. Like we were saying earlier, Sunita, you may love something that I don't love. And like, I may love something that Tracy doesn't love. So like to cherish those things that are unique to what make us who we are and what we love, I think is super important too. So my word this year is to cherish all the things.
Oh my God, I feel like a proud mama. I love it. I mean, because what you're talking about is so important, because we all get so busy, you know, going in circles, running our life, and totally forget to, I guess, cherish is the word, and appreciate and be grateful for what we have and enjoy it, you know, like
year, but like I like feel like time is finite. Like we're not here forever. Like we're here for a limited amount of time. So cherish the time that you have. Cherish the relationships that you have, because in the blink of an eye, like we say it with our kids, oh my gosh, how did 7 years go by? Like, so in the blink of an eye, it's gone. Yeah.
I mean, how did 21? How did my baby, I have 3 boys and the youngest is 21, and literally in the middle of the show, he's texting me pictures of movers coming to his house, because he has movers and packers coming. He just graduated from college early and he's moving to Florida. And I'm thinking, I saw Tracy putting Tilly to bed in the crib yesterday, and I'm thinking, wasn't he in the crib like yesterday? And today he's got a moving company moving him to Florida.
No, don't get me like teary right now.
But yes,
please.
But I'm excited for him. It's great. I mean, there's that momentary, oh, I won't be able to squish him every day, but Florida's not that far. But there's this sense of pride in watching your kids grow and blossom at every stage. You know, another way of cherishing what is going on. Right now, Tracy, you're cherishing her just exploring things and learning little things. And Kelly, your kids are at a different stage. And obviously mine are at a totally different stage. So we need to cherish all of the phases of life.
But I like what you said too, Kelly, about like my best friend, she lived in California. We were roommates here in New York City. She moved to California for about 12 years. And then she just moved back to the East Coast. It's in Delaware. But, you know, all of a sudden I'll look at my phone and be like, oh my God, when was the last time I texted Becky? When was the last time I talked to Becky? You know, and like, she's my best friend of all time. I have, you know, you're right. We have to it kind of goes back to the balance too, of like, why are we working so hard? I'm not even seeing the people that I love and cherish. So, you know, finding that time to make that trip down to Delaware or, you know, do those things.
And like when you look up like the meaning of cherish, it's like to hold something lovingly in your heart. So I think that going back to that, like the people, the places, the things, the time that you already like know in your heart are important to you, to just take the time to like block out all the other stuff and give yourself the time to like truly enjoy and truly cherish those things, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. I think it's a beautiful word. It's a beautiful word. Both of your words are so beautiful.
Well, we have 5 minutes left. We're obviously
Sunita's
going
gonna need
over,
to
Sunita.
tell us.
So.
No, don't.
Well,
go
I'll
quick.
make my word quick. No, my.
Don't go quick. We can go over.
I mean, as many of you know, I had a different phase of life starting a year and a half ago, and I moved full time to the North Fork after being a 12-year part-time resident back and forth. And the kids are obviously moving on. And even though I was ready for the transition and the move, I lived in New Jersey for 26 years. So I had a life there, a community there, and I thrived and I was happy and all of those things. And I was ready for the move here, and I had built a community. I knew some people, so I was excited to move, but I still feel like the move was more challenging than I could have anticipated, or the transition. I don't know if it's a combination of menopause, moving your life. It was just a lot. So for the last year and a half, I feel like I kind of been not stuck in place, but more still in place and maybe churning in place, but not really doing all the things that I was doing. I think it took me 6 months to just mourn that I'm missing my friends from there and I'm here. And only in the past 6 months, I feel like I'm making the house that we live in now more my home and making some changes. So I kind of feel like I'm emerging out of a little cocoon that I kind of fetal position that I put myself in. So the words that I picked is forward, because I feel like I feel energetic and calm and refueled enough to now move forward and be more of me and do more of the things that are authentically me, rather than, what am I going to do here? Or am I going to do a business? Or am I going to do that? And I don't have answers. I don't have a plan, but I know that I'm ready, willing, and able to move forward. So that's my word for the year. I don't know where it'll lead me, but I'm definitely going to be. And if moving forward even means something as simple as hosting a dinner party, which I still haven't done this house in a year and a half, except for a couple of friends. And I actually do have one lined up for next weekend with a few North Fork friends that love Indian food. So we're doing an Indian potluck, and they're all going to cook what they like to cook and bring. And even something as simple as that. Feels
and
like
I love
a step forward.
How
so
you're like kind of
stay
talking
tuned,
about
people.
moving forward, but you're not talking about having a plan. It's kind of like you have an open heart, you have an open mind, and you're willing to just move forward and see what happens. It's not like I'm moving forward, but I'm doing like this, I kind of love that.
Yeah. And when you were talking about definitions, I looked at definitions for forward, I mean, obviously we know what it means, but the one that resonated the most with me, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but I took a screenshot of it, is it says to move onward towards and get to a successful completion. And I think that's important for me because I like to start things. I'm really excited easily, and then I go all in, and then I lose interest and I move on to something else. But this time I want to stay more focused and moving forward and getting to a successful completion in whatever form that may be, So it's forward, but it's also a little bit of focus, kind of a lot of what you guys are talking about too, because part of balance is, and part of cherish is eliminating all the things that don't serve you, right? Then you can focus and give your energy to the things that do, and you have more of it instead of wasting your time with things that just drain you.
Yeah. So mine is balance, Kelly's is cherish, Sunita's is forward. I would love for everybody who actually watches this all the way to the end in the comments when we post it on Instagram, if you would go and tell us what your word is for the year, because it's always inspirational to hear everybody else's words. And I'm gonna give them a little teaser about what we talked about last night. In terms of moving forward and NOFO Live, we are going to start planning some activities that we're going to invite you guys to.
In-person activities, we mean.
In-person activities. Yeah. We're going to go slow. We're going to move forward with balance.
and
we're going to cherish the time we have with you. But we're going to do one activity a season. It'll be a small fee just to cover the cost of what we're doing. It's not about us making money. It's about us connecting with our community. We've been doing this show for almost 2 years, and I am amazed at how many people show up every week and send us comments, and we just really we enjoy it. It's like our fun coffee clutch, but you know, we really appreciate the support that we get from the community, and we wanted to take that the next step further and actually connect with people in person now that we can. So we'll be posting about what we're going to have one coming up in February, and we'll be posting about what that is pretty soon. And we're very excited to meet a lot of you people who show up every week and reconnect with our community after so much time of everybody being afraid to go out. So
I think 2023 is going to be a really good year. I'm very confident.
I think so too.
I'm ready for it. Let's go. Well, thank you, ladies. It's always fun starting my Friday with you, and I can't wait for next week and see what this year brings us.
Me neither.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Happy Friday.